Hello, my lovely Libras. I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I am here today to do your January 2020 reading. I don't have anything specific in mind, so it could be love, it could be life, it could be career. I'm just wanted to see what energy we're in, like what got us to this point, current energy, what's going on currently, and then what's to come, at least within a month's time. Sometimes it can go out to 2 months, but so this is within a month's time of when you watch it. I hope all of you had a blessed new year. I know that I had fun, and I got to hang out with a friend that I haven't seen in a very long time, so that was good. I had a little bit too much to drink, but you know, it is what it is. So yesterday I wasn't feeling the best. I'm just being honest. It is what it is. Anyways, this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email's in the box below. I will gladly give you all the information you need on personal readings. It's on the community tab as well as my website. Check me out on Patreon if you would like. And yeah, just keep in mind that we're dealing with energies, so it could be flip-flop, vice versa. Take it where it fits. And if it's not your story, I am reading for a lot of people, so it probably won't resonate with every single one of you. I know that a lot of you feel that they are personal readings for you, and especially when they're really in depth. And I love that I connect to some people on that level, but just keep in mind, if it's not your story, maybe next time, because I do pick up on different things. Or check your other signs: sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, all that happy shit. I'm doing something a little different because I want it to be, I'm trying to speed these videos up a little bit because I want to give you more than one a month, and if I keep them too long, I tend to not. So I think I want to focus on love specifically in a different reading, and this one just kind of see what happens, how it goes. If you guys don't really care for this spread, I just won't do it again. I just feel like because it's the beginning of a new year, you know, I just see kind of where we're at, basically. So the overall energy, or the situation at hand, I guess, whatever you guys are dealing with, is deep knowing is the card that I got. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little owl there. So to me, like, owls represent wisdom. It's almost like, because they're nocturnal, so with the moon and everything, I feel like they know a lot. It's like the high priestess. They know a lot, but they don't say a lot. This card's all about intuition, listening to yourself, that deep inner knowing. Like, you just know this person is right for you. You just know this is the job path that you need, like the job that you want or that you need to be in. You just know this is your life path. You just know this person has to go, kind of thing. Whatever the situation is, for you, I feel like some of you are kind of waiting around because you just know that this person will come around, or this situation will change for the better in your favor. Whether we're talking about love or just any relationship, it could be platonic, you know, friendships and family members and whatever. I feel like there's a change here, and you know it's coming, you know it's necessary, and it's a good change, it's positive. So you're not really scared. I get the sense that you kind of don't want to wait around anymore. You're sick of, like, well, I don't want to say sick of it. It's like, how do I want to say this? It's almost like you're, in a way, kind of confused on how to go about this, because you're really focused on listening to yourself, and you're trusting your intuition, and you know deep down that whatever this is, you're right about it. You're right about this person, you're right about this job, you're right about the situation, and you're just kind of waiting for other people to catch up to you, basically. So it's almost like, should I act, should I not act, should I wait, you know, because you know it's going to come to fruition, but you just don't know when. So let's kind of get a little bit more information. I have a feeling this is going to go into love land. I did shuffle this a little bit off camera because the shuffles can be kind of loud now that I have this type of audio, but I do need to shuffle, so I hope you guys have been well. And if you would like to have more readings from me, like generals, let me know if you like if you like the idea that I'm, then my little test run, having the mini and then something, then a mini and a major. Maybe that's what I should call it. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So why is deep knowing here? Why is Libra really tapping into their intuition and kind of basing all their decisions and judgment calls off from their gut? What is the situation pertaining to? Alright, we have the Ten of Wands reversed. So whatever the situation was, it's been burdensome, but it's like dropping it. Like I said, for some of you, you're waiting on someone. And I feel like you're kind of just dropping the anxiety or the stress. Like you're not putting the effort into it anymore. It's like almost taking a step back and sitting there and going, okay, I know this is meant to be. I'm supposed to be with this person. I'm supposed to do this, that, or the other. But I'm not putting any more energy into it. Or I shouldn't say that. I'm not putting any more effort into it. So if we're talking about a romantic situation, you are no longer pursuing somebody. You're allowing everything to unfold naturally. You're kind of going with the flow because you know this person's going to come around. So you're waiting on them and you're trying not to stress out about it. So I feel like you are focusing on other things in your life right now besides this person, this relationship, this job, whatever the situation is that you're overthinking. I don't really think you're overthinking it. I feel like whatever situation you're confident in that it's going to work out in your favor, you're just kind of letting it happen. You don't really want to sit here and dwell on it. I think that's where the overthinking came in, is you don't want to do that anymore. So I feel like you're kind of letting it go, at least mentally and physically, so action-wise, because it's their time to step up to the plate, basically. With the World card, I think so, yeah, with the World card at the bottom of the deck, that's like the closing of a cycle. So if you were the one making all the advances, you were trying really hard at this job, whatever you were doing, you're closing that chapter. You're not doing that anymore. You're doing the opposite. So if they were just sitting there pretty, like, waiting for you to talk to them, you're like, yeah, fuck you. You can do that to me now. You can come talk to me, kind of thing. And it's kind of out with the old and with the new, which I know a lot of people say that, especially this time of year, because, we just closed out a year and now we're going into something new. So, new year, new me crap, which is it's beautiful in theory. It's just most people don't stick to it. But anyways, I kind of feel some pessimistic thoughts here. So I don't know if that's you or the person you're connecting to, but it's like, I almost feel like you are flying on faith and this person is caught up in their head. And that might be where the overthinking is coming in. And I think you're sick of it. Like, I've waited all fucking year and now it's a new year. I'm taking a different approach. What's meant to be will be, period. And that's how, what's meant to be will be. And now there's the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which I think this is about either stability, so your financial stability, or a relationship. I feel relationship. So you're just kind of hanging in there, basically. I get so confused sometimes because I'll pick up your energy or Libra's energy, and I'll pick up the cross watcher or the person you're connecting to or people, and it's like, okay, who's who? I'm dealing with energy here. Like, who's having this issue and who's not? So I feel like you're dropping it, flying on faith, and you just know they're going to come back around, basically. I hope that made sense, because I feel like I'm talking out my ass. So what brought us to this point, Libra, is judgment. A decision. This was your judgment call. I think I said that when it comes down to your intuition. You've made this conscious choice to take a step back. You're not giving up. I don't feel giving up energy. I feel like you're still hanging in. You're just not putting the effort in. You're dropping it. You don't want the stress of it. It's like, I have this goal. I want to achieve this. I want to do this just for yourself and your family. So you almost don't want to play any head games. You want to do this cat and mouse bullshit. So it's either you like me or you don't. You want to be with me or you don't. And you're okay with thinking this way because you just know this person is supposed to be in your life in some way, shape, or form, whether it's just friends or lovers. And I feel like there's a romantic connection here. Someone's just kind of scared. So you've made a decision, or they did, someone made a decision regarding this relationship or situation, and now it's just kind of a waiting game. Like, you know, whatever happens, happens. I know I made the right choice, or even if it wasn't your choice, you know that whatever this is, it had to happen. Like, you two had to have space, or there had to be a disconnect of some kind, because I feel like someone in the situation could have been a little bit obsessive, and if they didn't act obsessive, they were obsessively thinking about the relationship or the person. And I feel like almost like fantasizing about what it would look like, what the relationship could be, and it's almost like, why can't you see this? Why can't you see what I see? Why don't you know what I know? They know too. Whoever you're connecting to is listening to their intuition also, but they're scared. This person is almost trying to block out their intuition because they don't want to have to deal with anything. So I don't know what happened to them, but they're definitely dealing with something. So let's see, what is this Judgment call? And for some of you, you might be looking for different employment. Like I said, it's not only love that I'm focused on, and work keeps kind of bleeding through this. So I feel like some of you have been at the same old job, doing the same old thing, and yeah, you might be okay with it, or you like that type of work, but you've kind of outgrown the company that you're at. So I feel like for those of you who feel that they've outgrown the company, or they don't get any excitement or joy from their current position, and for whoever this is for, it's been a long time coming. Like, you've been in this type of work, this line of work, for a long time. You're making a judgment call and trying to release anything that causes stress in your life. So, or anything that blocks you, for that matter, blocks your progression. So I feel like some of you might be leaving your place of employment, whether it's your choice or not, because some of you could be kind of slacking off to the point where you get let go, or the company could be downsizing, or just closing a location at all. You know, there might be multiple locations at this company, and they might be closing your branch for whatever it is, and that just leads to you being unemployed. If that's the case, you will get unemployment, because I don't feel like getting fired. I feel like it would be a layoff if that happened. But some of you are making the choice just to leave because you're sick of it. You want you know there's more to life than this, and you're just not happy. I don't think that you're gonna just jump the gun. Like, you'll line something else up before you leave, but you've been thinking about this for a long time and wondering if you even want to stay in the same line of work, or because it's kind of all you know, I guess you could say. So I don't know, I feel that kind of back and forth, but you just know that things will work out either way. So yeah, so there's some changes coming. What is Judgment here for? Well, Judgment is here based off from love, but it could be self-love. It could be the fact that, like I just said, oops, sorry, you're not happy where you're at. The job that you're at doesn't fulfill you. It just causes you a lot of stress and anxiety, and bleh, and you're sick of it, and you've done this, you know, for far too long. So you're like, no, I want to do something that fulfills me. So if that's the work front, I feel like this decision is to let go of a person or a situation or the ideal. So the idea of this relationship, it's like, okay, well, this person hasn't really come forward in the way that I thought that they would so far. So I'm just going to pull back. Maybe they don't love me, but I feel like that could just be thoughts of yours, because deep down, there is an emotional connection here. It's just somebody has their wall up. So you're only seeing what's on the surface. You're not seeing, you know, what's going on internally with this other person. It's not that they don't love you. I feel like this person fears love and attachment. Like, they don't want to be attached to somebody, because if you fall for someone, you're going to get hurt. Like, so I almost get a sense that you're connecting, either you, Libra, yourself, you're doing this, or it's the person you're connecting to. You almost choose people who you know are bad for you, because that way it's easy to leave. It's like, oh, I know it's going to end. It's not going to work out because this person, you know, we're not compatible, or they're abusive in some way, shape, or form. Just, or they're unhinged, or I don't know. There's just something going on with either you or that person where you pick people you know won't last, because then you don't get invested and you're not hurt. So that's what I kind of feel here. For some, either you or the other person, for some of you, you could be ending or finally dropping a relationship, that a past relationship that maybe you had high hopes that it would work out. And you're finally seeing that this person doesn't really give a shit about you, so you want to move to somebody new who actually does. It's like, I'm not going to keep going through these burdens, but I still feel fear there. So I don't know who that's for, but your current situation is the Tower. So yeah, this decision to fall out of love, to end a relationship, could involve infidelity too. It was the catalyst for change. This person is either you or the person you're connecting to. You're sitting in what was I gonna say? I was not sitting in the muck, but you know that you've known for a long time that this dynamic between you and whoever this person is, and I feel like it's a past person, had to change. So I almost feel like this was the catalyst, this realization, dropping it, and just knowing that they're not right for you, and that there is somebody else. There's somebody else right here. So there's like three energies, and it's releasing one, and then suddenly this new person comes in or comes back in. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, not necessarily, but just because of the Tower card, it is very Scorpionic. But this is major change. And I don't feel, it's not like a shock. It's not a sudden change. It's not like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like it came out of the blue. No, like this, you saw this coming. You knew, with deep knowing, you knew this moment was coming. You knew that you needed to drop this person or this past situation. The past person needed to go because it was just causing too much stress. You know this person doesn't love you. Somebody told you, and it allowed you to make a decision like, okay, well, you know, I deserve so much more. And then boom. So let's see what this Tower is exactly. Like I said, I don't feel like it's a bad Tower. I feel like it's necessary. And I feel like this Tower was supposed to happen a few months back, and it's almost like you kept delaying it because this was, you know, I just picture this in the upright, and you're just like trying really, really hard to balance everything because you're all about balancing the scales and everything. But you're trying so hard to hold on to that person, to that relationship, to that job, to that situation. But I really feel relationship with this Tower, because I mean, it's just change in general. So for some of you it is work or both, but I feel that past relationship that needed to go bye-bye, you're holding on to it for so long, and the second you finally let go, it just allowed for change. So this is a realization, and now the change is coming in. So it's the catalyst for change. So I feel like a lot of you have grown spiritually, especially you're ascending because you're actually seeing your worth now. And you're realizing that you don't need anybody. It's nice to want somebody, and it's nice to have somebody want you, but you don't need to be with anybody. You're okay by yourself. It sucks sometimes, but I almost get a sense that for those of you who are finally seeing that, you're happier. And that's what's going to bring in this new person, because this new person's here. Like, I feel the energy of someone new. I mean, I think you might know this person for some of you. For some of you, you don't. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is like a relationship that didn't get off the ground initially. Like, I almost feel like this person wanted to be with you, and you were attached to an ex. So you kind of shut this person down initially because you didn't know how to get out of. It's almost like you didn't want to go from one relationship to the next because you still had feelings for your ex and you were trying really hard to get him back. But now I feel like that's over. Anyways, Tower. My short videos aren't very short. Okay. Then we have justice reversed. Yeah, there was an injustice. So, with the high priestess. Secrets. So someone was keeping things from you. And I feel like you found out, and it has to do with a relationship. Has to do with something that was not fair to you. Somebody went behind your back and did something, and it hurt you, because I feel like there was a lot of love here, and at least on your side. And then it's almost like, what? This person really doesn't give a shit about me, like, at all. And I've been sitting here pining for them and wanting them. And how could they do this to me? How could someone just take my heart and throw it on the floor and stomp on it and then throw it in the food processor and then go feed it to the wolves? Like, I don't know. Don't ask. I just kind of went off on that one. But that's the level of pain that I feel, because I feel there was a toxic attachment. When I say toxic, I mean like almost like a lustful, like bondage, like you were tied and bound to somebody, not even because you just wanted to be. I mean, obviously you did, but it was almost like a need, an obsession, a desire. I think I said obsession earlier. But yeah, they really fucked you over. They did something to really hurt you, and that's your tower moment. And I feel like you're just kind of trying to listen to your intuition, and you knew this was coming all along. You just didn't want to believe it. I feel like this decision is what finally made you go, yeah, I was right. And now it's helping you listen to yourself more. So the potential outcome within a month's time, so by the end of January into February, it could even go further than that depending on when you watch this, is the Seven of Coins. So it's like the Seven of Pentacles. That's waiting. There's a lot of time, energy, and effort that was put into this job or this person. And I keep going to person. I feel like if it's a job situation and you're planning on leaving to find a new job, a new career path, you're saving your money. And for some of you, you might just know that this job is ending if they're downsizing. So like if you, like your gut might be telling you that there's a layoff coming. So you might be saving your money, and it could be worrying you, but I get a sense that with the Ten of Wands reversed, no matter how worried you become over money, you're still going to feel better because this job just wasn't right for you. And you will find something that you can actually invest in more than just a materialistic way. Like you're going to really enjoy this new career path that's coming. And I feel like it's going to come out of nowhere. Like this job's just going to be presented with you. And it is a gift from the universe, because I feel like it's been a long time coming. But anyways, this is you putting in all this time and effort into this relationship, into this person, into trying to get them back, into trying to get them to see your side, your point of view, to hear how you feel. I feel like there was an explosion. Basically, there was probably an argument between you and this person, and you outed your feelings, like just verbal diarrheaed it, or they did to you, and it caused this tower moment. It was like, nope, this situation needs to be broken down. So it's left you kind of waiting, like, what do? I put all my eggs in one basket. So, could things work with this new person? Because I kind of blew them off to focus on something I should have been focusing on. And you knew that you should have been focusing on it this entire time. But it's okay. When we have a connection to somebody, whether it's a healthy one or an unhealthy one, it's really hard to sever those ties sometimes. So I'm not judging you. I totally get it. But yeah, you're left here waiting and wondering, like, am I going to be able to invest in a relationship or a situation that's going to last? Like, I almost feel tired. Like, I always give my all, and then people come in and fuck me over. Like, I'm sick of getting hurt. I don't want to get hurt anymore. I don't want to give to somebody who's just going to take. And I just feel like it's because you've chosen all the wrong people. And like I said, for some of you, you do it on purpose. And if it's not you, it's the person you're connecting to. But someone in this situation chooses people who are bad for them on purpose because they're afraid of commitment. Like, just to sum it up. So why is the Seven of Coins here? And I kind of get a sense, I just heard this new person, whether you've known them for a long time or not, but this potential suitor that's coming in, it's been a long time coming. Like, that's not what I was going to say. It's been a long time coming. they're worth the wait. Like, this is what you've been waiting for. I just feel like you're having a difficult time seeing it, or they are. So let's see. Why is it 7 coins here, please? You know, I could have 2 cards on the table and I'll still sit here and fucking jabber off on everything. Like, I swear, I can never have a mini reading like I want. I think the shortest reading I've ever done was like 12 minutes long, and it was so just straightforward and to the point that there was nothing else I could get out of it. If there's anything else, like, because that's my problem. I can't just say, oh, it's this and then shut up. I have to keep going. And I always keep getting more information, and then I just go off on a whole nother fucking tangent. And maybe some of you do that. Like, maybe you're having a hard time letting something go or trying to dig deeper for answers. And I feel like the answer with this tower moment, especially if we're talking about the past person or relationship, you have all the answers you need. Like, there's no further information that you can get from this individual. But it's almost like you want... I feel like I need answers. I need to know why. You already know why. They're not hiding anything else from you. It's just you don't want to believe it. Or they don't. I don't know. Vice versa. Take it where it fits. Alright, why is this here, please? I feel like I gotta shuffle. Why is the 7 of coins here, please? Or did I say it all? Did I say it all? You know, I tried to do something cool for, like, the covering on the table. It's like, this thing dents so easily. It looks like crap in person. Hopefully the camera's not picking up all the shitty parts of it. Hey, it was only $1, so screw it, right? If it don't work out, don't work out. I'll get something different to put on the table. Oh my word, I think I pretty much said all I need to say with the 7 of coins, because the deck doesn't want to talk to me anymore about it. So yeah, it's pretty much about investing. I just heard take your time too. So you don't need to rush into anything. Just let things happen naturally. That's what I feel. And then we have the 3 of Wands. Yeah, because what you have been waiting for is here. You're right on the precipice of positive change. That's what this tower is. It's like out with all the bullshit. Like, anyone who hurt you or did things behind your back or caused any kind of injustice to you, it's like you don't want anyone like that. I feel like this is changing your mindset, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised on the people that come into your life, and not just romantically speaking, because I do feel like there is a love and it's coming in quickly with the Knight of Swords. So what you've been waiting on, there's communication coming in, and this is from somebody positive. This is not from the ex person. This is not from somebody that you don't want to be with. This is a random message out of the blue from somebody positive, basically, not from the past. So let's see. What was the issue between Libra? Oh, sorry, I keep hitting that thing. Between Libra and the person that they're connecting to. What's the underlying? What's the lesson in it all? Like, what was the hang up? What was the problem between Libra and this past person where this changes? Irresponsible. So some of you feel like you jumped the gun. There we go. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't I think of what that is? Some of you might have got married to somebody really quickly even. But regardless of that, I feel like this is falling head over heels so fast, not thinking things through, and hanging on to somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart. And this is also being irresponsible in love, in the fact that you, like I kept saying a few times, choosing people that you know are bad for you because you're afraid of commitment, because you don't want to get hurt. That's being irresponsible in a way too, especially with your own emotions. So I feel like some of you've done that, or the person that you're dealing with has done that, or you just feel that way. Yeah, I feel like this, whatever relationship that you got out of, that, you know, you had a lot of love for them, but they treated you like dirt. You think you're, I can't talk. I feel like you're not talking about your feelings either. You're thinking back to all the mistakes you've made. Like, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. You're feeling like you oh my word, you feel that you've been very irresponsible throughout your life, especially in love. Some of you could be feeling that way when it comes to your finances too, like maybe, oh, I shouldn't have spent my money on this, I should have saved it for that. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas, no matter what we're talking about. So I kind of get a sense of that. If it's not you, it's the person you're connecting to. But yeah, there's just being reckless in love. There we go. That's what I feel like has been a pattern for you. Yeah, guarded, exactly. I knew this card was going to come out. Somebody is extremely guarded, and I feel like it's you or the person you're dealing with distant. So there could be distance between you and this past person, like literal distance, but I feel like it's emotional distance too, and that's why this Tower came in. You found something out, and it's sending you in a whole different direction. Some of you might even be moving, or you could travel for work. But I almost get that, like, this new person, even though you've waited for them, for some of you, if this isn't you, it's the person you're connecting to, they're the ones that keep choosing the wrong people on purpose because they're afraid of commitment. They're guarded because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to be vulnerable, which is why they're being so irresponsible and reckless in love. So they're distancing themselves emotionally so that they don't get hurt. It's like, if I choose this person that I know won't last, I'll never get hurt. I'll be fine. And I kind of feel like there's going to be a change with that. Yeah, it is. It's a form of manipulation, so it's either you or somebody else. But it's also self-manipulation, like manipulating yourself into believing something that's false. But I feel like this whole dynamic, a lot of it was starting to phase out the end of last year, and you're recognizing things. You know, your intuition is so on point right now. You know what's good for you and what's bad for you, and you know which way you should go. And I feel like you're going to start making better decisions, especially on a romantic front. So let's see. What needs to be said in this situation? What does Libra need to say to this past person or new person? Or what do they need to say to Libra? What needs to be said that wasn't said? Okay. Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. So yeah, this is fear, like being irresponsible. I feel like this is with possibly with the new person, because you're trying to get out of this negative energy. So this could be you, unless you're the new person to whoever you're connecting to. But so I don't confuse myself, I'm going to say it this way. This new person probably came on really strong, or it seemed that way to you because of how detached you're trying to be emotionally to people, because you don't want to get hurt. So I kind of feel like it was exciting, like, oh, someone's interested and they're really interested. I know that there's potential here. I know deep down, I really know that this is going to work out with this person, or it could. But then you got so scared because of what happened in the past. So you made a judgment call to not move forward with this person in the past or over the course of 2019. And it was an injustice. The universe even thinks it is. I feel like it bothers you, and it bothers this other person. So it bothers both parties. But I also feel that injustice is from the past person, because you were kind of using them as an excuse, or they were, so that they could just remain detached. But yeah, that's pretty much, oh yeah, and then we have lying, which is easier for me than telling you the truth at the bottom of the deck. A lot of people say that. That's probably the ex-person, and it could be the lies, the injustice that you found out. Not necessarily, but it could also be lying about your feelings. Like, I don't want to open up and tell you how I feel, that I actually give a shit about you, because then I'm vulnerable. What if I can't meet your expectations? What if, you know, all the what ifs. But you can't live your life that way. Whatever's meant to be will be. And then we have, I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. So yeah, there is definitely a sudden change. This person's coming back around. It's what you've been waiting for. It's like out, like getting rid of the ex. The ex is gone. I feel like you finally know, even though you might still be hung up on them. And if you're not, this other person's dealing with this whole situation. So don't come in the comments being like, I hate my ex. Well, good for you. That's not, that message wasn't for you then. But I feel like it's getting rid of the people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And your eyes are being opened to deceit, to what's right and what's wrong. I feel like you've known all along, but it's almost like the universe is just going, hey, now's the time, snap out of it, kind of thing. So I don't know if that's for you or the cross watcher, but excuse me, that's pretty much what I have for you. I do see change coming, like I said, which is beautiful. It's getting you out of the muck. So at least for a month's time, things might be a little bit more easygoing. Yeah, you're still going to be kind of waiting, but this is also saving, saving up your money, your finances. It's also gathering your bearings, giving yourself the time you need to get out of this energy so that you can be in a more positive energy. But anyways, yeah, this is definitely not a short video. Sorry. Maybe the next next time. I suck. I just won't shut up. But anyways, that's what I have for you, my loves. I hope you had a blessed new year. I hope you have a wonderful month. And hopefully I'll be able to bust some of these readings out so that I can start doing 2 monthly readings. I don't know. I don't really know what schedule I want to do, but I do know that you guys really like having readings more than once a month. It is like waiting forever when you're waiting for your sign. But anyways, yeah, so I want to try to give you more content. That is my goal. So if this made sense to you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. The more you interact with me, the more I have time to pick up on your energy. Hit me up for a personal. I do have openings. Yeah. Every penny counts, and all the help and love and support, donations, everything is such a blessing because it allows me to upgrade my equipment. I do need to get a laptop, so I got to save for that because I'm borrowing this one. It's my sister's. So yeah, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.